Hi there, it's Amy from crazybeautiful.com. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are going to do a couple favors for Candy. So get out your gift box punch board and you can follow along and stamp with me. So let's get started. So we're going to begin with an 8x8 piece of cardstock. You can actually use patterned paper or cardstock. It really depends on just what you want your box to look like when you're done. I'm going to score first by lining it up with the M over here on the side. Okay, so these have one like measurement and these up here have a different, and we're not going to do any of the diagonal measuring. We are just going to use the horizontal and the vertical. So we're going to line it up at the M and punch it and score it. And then we're going to flip it around to the opposite side, line it up at the M, and punch it and score it. Okay, so this is what we're looking like right now. Then before we get too far, I'm going to just flip it around. You can turn the sheet over and line it up at the same location, which is at that M, and punch it. So you're gonna get all of your four corners kind of at the same spot here. So once you have those four, you're going to turn it then onto this side, and instead of going on the S, I'm going to go about a half an inch in. So I'm just using these guides here to estimate one more line, and I'm going to do that for these four corners. So punch it and score it. If you want to pop that out, that'll let you score it all the way across. And then I'm going to flip it around. So before I go on, I'm just going to grab a piece of washi tape that happens to be a half an inch and just lay it right here on the mark that is aligned on this side with the S, and I'm just gonna use it as a guide so that all my four pieces are the same, or my four corners are the same. So punch it and score it. So this width right here is going to be the width of our box. See that? And then you can flip it over and do the same. So line it up here and punch it. Okay, so if you compare it to the diagram here, you'll see it still has a lot of similarities, but I've just got a wider section this direction and a narrower section in this direction. So I'm just gonna set that aside and give a couple of the folds a little bit of a crease there. And with the corners, I did not do my diagonals, and you'll see that whenever I make this, I typically just cut a tab out instead of folding in the corners. So you can do this just by hand along that score line, or you can put it on your paper trimmer. And just so I remember, I'm doing the same tab, which you could really do either tab, but I thought it would be good for me just to follow the edge that was along the wider section here. So this 2.5-inch section I'm removing. So really that's the make of your box there. You can fold these forwards or backwards depending on how you like them. I actually did this one just a tiny bit differently, but I'm going to show you just a really easy way to put it together how it is here. So I'm just going to add some of my tear and tape adhesive right here, and I'm going to peel that off, and I'm actually going to trim off these edges here. These are little flaps that I'm not gonna want on here, so you can trim those off, and you're going to fold this in. And before you push that down, you just want to make sure the edges are even and square, and then this one piece of adhesive will hold in that side. And you're going to do the same with this. So fold those in, and this will wrap around and adhere. So it makes a cute little box. I'm going to decorate this one to be a baby favor. But then I'm going to show you one other way to make this with the tabs. Okay, so part 2. All right, so this is kind of like choose your own adventure. You have a different ending here. You're going to line it up with the M, and you're going to punch and score 2 sides. Okay, so now you have your base for the wide side. Okay, you're going to flip it over, line it up at M, and punch out these last 4. So this is how we started the last box. Now I'm going to just punch at the M on the other sides. So what you have is more of a symmetrical punching pattern, I guess you could say. And then I'm still going to come back to this 1/2-inch mark that I created, and I'm going to do my scoring. Okay, let's see, let's put that there. Just flip it over to the other side to do that other 1-inch score line. I don't know why I said 1 inch. I just meant like this is 1 inch wide. So now I'm gonna, again, just reinforce some of those folds. And the part that you see in the top here, this, I am actually going to just kind of use my guide here, and I just want to mark a line across at 1 inch. Okay, so that is actually going to be where I want us to fold it, and you can take it over to your scoreboard and give that a little score there. Okay, so now I'm going to go along here. These aren't going to look exactly the same anymore. But I am going to cut out the tabs like I did before. Okay, once you have your inside tabs removed, I'm going to show you how this works. Now you're going to crease on these folds, but you'll notice when you turn this one in, you'll have a corner that turns with it. And that's actually what we're going to use to kind of hold the box together. Okay, so here's where it comes together. You're just tucking this inside that little corner piece right there. So it actually is kind of fun to do that. And then if you want, you can just grab a little piece of twine or ribbon and bring it around, and you can go either under or on top of the piece, that triangle flap. So you really didn't need any adhesive there to hold that box because of that kind of tucking in that we did. So just sort of a unique thing I came up with. I don't know, I just almost didn't post it because I wasn't sure what to do with it, but then so there you go. If you want to add some adhesive in here, you can always just unfold this and put some adhesive in on that inside, but it will work just like this too. So thank you so much for joining me, and make sure to hit subscribe and hop over to my blog and join my email list. That way you won't miss any of my classes or announcements that way too. So thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.